should you start playing Classic WoW Anniversary? Every single day I get asked this question in my comment section, I see it in the forums, on Reddit. Is it too late to start? Have I missed it already? Is this the right time? Should I play this version? And the honest answer is, there has never been a better time to start Anniversary than today. Classic WoW Anniversary is different than every other iteration of Classic before it. Every single kind of Classic player you can imagine is playing Anniversary. From the sweatiest of sweats and PvPers who are doing the rank 14 grind right now, all the way to the most casualist of dads, and even the people that are in the TBC waiting room and waiting for TBC. And what makes Anniversary better than the other versions, or better to start today, is the quality of life updates that make it a slightly better version of Classic. For example, you have the Chrono Boon from the get-go at the beginning of the game. On top of that, you have the updated honor system. So any single person can log on and start ranking and hit rank 11 and get some gear, or even go to rank 14 over the course of a year very slowly. So that's right, if you want to be Grand Marshal or High Warlord, you can do that in 8 weeks, very sweaty, very time investment, or very slowly, takes 6 months to do it, but you can hit it. And that's never been a thing before, at least not till Season of Discovery. And on top of that, these realms are only 6 months old. They are relatively fresh in the grand scheme of things. They're not brand new fresh. That was 6 months ago when Anniversary launched. And whilst they're not fresh anymore, they're still very healthy population-wise. In fact, if you look at Night Slayer or Dream Scythe, you can see that there's about 25,000 people on NA Night Slayer, the PvP server, and about 17,000 people on Dream Scythe. Again, this is just the raiding population. There is a huge portion of the player base that does not raid whatsoever. So the player numbers are actually really high. And the EU is about the same. But Oceania servers are essentially in a rest in peace situation. They're kind of not really having a good time over there, but you know, play on the NA servers if you're an NA. And like I said, the community is very active. If you're looking to raid, there are plenty of guilds recording. If you're looking to PvP, people are PvPing 24/7. And with the size of raids in Classic, because this isn't like Season Discovery of Flex raiding, it's a set 40-man raid. People are always recruiting. They are never going to stop. From now till TBC's launch, people are going to be recruiting members for the 40-man raid team. Now though, there is a caveat. If you are looking to join a sweatier guild, the one that clears the raids fast, you will have to put the effort in, the pre-bis grind, PvP, things of that nature. It's not really all rose and sunshine. If you want to play in a sweaty guild, you have to be sweaty. If you're just trying to be casual, there are dozens if not hundreds of MCs, Blackwing Lairs, ZGs, all the content you could imagine. Casual guilds are doing them as well. The question is more of a, do you want a 2-hour MC in Blackwing Lair? Or do you want a 5-hour MC in Blackwing Lair? The 2-hour one means a lot of effort outside a raid. Getting your rank 14, getting all your pre-bis, being fully geared, all the consumes and all the world buffs. The 5-hour raid, not everything. They still want you to do some things, you know, get your gear, go do some dungeon grinding, maybe get rank 11, get your rank 10, get your PvP gear. Just do a bit of grinding, do some ZGs, you know, just things to get yourself ready. Now, there's also going to be, of course, really bad guilds. It's always the case where they just fail to clear Blackwing Lair, they struggle in MC. Your mileage may vary in the kind of community and guild you find, but the effort you put in will be the effort you get out of the communities you apply to. But that's just the beginning, because you have accelerated raid phases. That's right, instead of taking 5 months, like back in 2019, you have about 8 to 10 week raid times, give or take. Which means that if you're someone that burns out quickly, you get tired of a raid quickly, you can sprint right through to the next raid tier. We had MC, then Blackwing Lair, then we got ZG, and now we're getting AQ in about 4 to 6 weeks, but I'll cover that more later in the video. And like I said, Phase 4 just dropped, which means there are hundreds of ZGs being run. And that also means more MCs, more Blackwing Lairs, the community is thriving, people are having a good time. So if you're looking to get into raiding and leveling, ZGs are right there ready for you to jump in and get some gear going. But now we're gonna dive into why you as a new player, someone that hasn't started Classic yet, should start playing Anniversary today. And we're gonna start with PvP. Now I mentioned it before, but PvP has never been easier in Classic. You can hit rank 11 in 4 weeks. That's right, you can get your rank 10 gear, which is pretty solid, decent gear, and then you can get a cheap epic mount, because rank 11 gives you that. And you can do it in about 40 to about 60 hours of PvPing. Now that might have slowed down a bit because a lot of people hit rank 14 and 13 and they're kind of done PvPing, so now they're starting to drag AVs and things out. But realistically, at the latest, in about 100 hours of PvP, you'll be rank 11. To put that in perspective, there is not going to be a better gearing grind whatsoever to get gear than hitting rank 14. It takes about 200 to 300 hours to hit rank 14 because of the lack of any decay. And if you're trying to get full bis gear, hitting rank 14 with 300 hours of PvP is unmatched. No amount of raiding, no amount of dungeon grinding is going to give you gear with the same level of 100%. You're going to get this Giga Chad gear than PvPing. But we're not going to talk about rank 14 because that's a pretty hefty grind for a lot of people, even if Season of Discovery and Classic Anniversary made that a lot easier. Rank 10, full set of blue gear. Really solid, gets you into raids, looks good. You still need to farm your weapons though and your trinkets and rings. Now, like I said, a lot of people jumped into the rank 14 grind because it was guaranteed. Because Anniversary has the same problem that Classic does, and the fact that there isn't that much loot. 40 people into a 10 boss or 12 boss raid, there really isn't that much loot per boss. 2 to 3 pieces essentially. Everybody is competing for the same pieces. There's 25 warriors in any given raid. So once all these people hit rank 14 and 13, you as a new player get access to all that raiding gear because they don't need it anymore. Nobody is going to be rolling on a CTS when they have rank 14 gear. I know a lot of guilds where the raiders were about to hit 14 next Tuesday's lockout. So guess what? CTS drops. Guess who that goes to? The new player, the guy that just came in because he's only rank 6. He's not even close to that. The rank 14 gear is like 2-3% better and you're getting it in a day. Why even give it to you when you're going to completely replace it immediately? So as a new player, jumping into raiding and joining a good guild or a solid guild means you're going to be given loot hand over fist. Again, not for every spec, not for every role, but as somebody that's a warrior or a tank or anything, you are going to have unlimited access to gear. And that's a pretty cool thing, all things considered. On top of that, raiding has never been easier because all of these people have rank 14 and 13 gear. They are so overgeared for MC and Blackwing Lair and ZG that you're gonna go in there and it's gonna be the smoothest, fastest clear of your life. And this isn't just sweaty raids, this is pugs as well. So you're gonna be able to have a phenomenal raiding experience as a new player. Caveat, you will have to deal with gear checks and passings. People are gonna try to check your passes and your gear score, if they let you in or not. If you're a healer and things, just things of that nature, you'll get in pretty easily. But if you're a DPS, you're gonna have to do some dungeon grinding or rank 10 or just things like that to get into these raids. But there's always gonna be casual pugs that don't really check your gear or check your passes, and those are still gonna have rank 14 and rank 13 players in them. So if you're trying to raid, never been a better time, honestly. You are taking advantage of other people's hard work, but hey, you're late to the game, you're interested in playing, there's room. But if you have zero desire to PvP, you don't want to rank 10 gear, you don't want to go to rank 14, understandable. At the same time, ZGs. Just run ZGs, run the occasional MC, do dungeons, do leveling. The world is alive, people are constantly leveling, making new alts, just thriving in the world. I see people all the time, no matter when I level, what time I log in. I'll see people in the Barrens on a random Tuesday at 1 p.m. leveling. The world is alive. But in regards to PvP, if you do want to have a good raid experience, I can't, conveniently say that pugging is amazing and smooth. It's gonna be a crapshoot. You could have a 2-hour smooth run and MC, you could have a 5-hour wipe fiesta where you don't even clear. So your mileage may vary, but when you're coming in brand new, you're trying to have a good time, just enjoy, you're not really sweaty or very hardcore about it. Shitty MC is not the worst thing to deal with. But there's a pretty large portion of the player base that's only really running ZGs, and they're probably gonna be running AQ20s when that comes out, and they're not really interested in any real sweaty raiding or trying too hard because they're just waiting for TBC, and I'll cover that some more detail later in the video as well. If you don't want to do any PvP, any PvE aside from leveling to 60, you're actually still in luck. There is a huge portion of the player base that is literally waiting for TBC. It's called the TBC waiting room for a reason. In fact, on one of my alts, I'm leveling in a guild called the TBC waiting room VIPs. It has hundreds of people, full of 60s, max level people doing the rank 14 grind, people that are raiding MCs and pugs, who are literally just having fun, and they're treating Anniversary as a TBC waiting room experience. They're still leveling, still having fun, still enjoying the world, but they're not serious about the game at all. On top of that, with AQ40 right around the corner, there's going to be so many open slots for people recruiting for guilds. AQ40 has always been a drop-off of people playing the game, especially with the rank 14 grind burning people out. There's going to be a lot of openings, so even if you're not the best player, if you're a new player, anything in between, there's going to be guilds recruiting because they need the numbers, they need the warm body count to fill out the raid so they can actually clear it. So whether you're great or not, if you're looking for a raid with AQ40 within a couple of weeks, this is a perfect time to jump into and start leveling your character in preparation for AQ, which is in about 3 to 4 weeks, give or take. And if you don't care about AQ40, because I know AQ40 is not everybody's jam, it's only 8 to 10 weeks regardless. But then after 8 to 10 weeks, you'll have the Scourge Invasion and Axe Rammer, so you can just shoot your shit, for the next about 3-ish months, 4-ish months, then jump into Nax, have a good time in Nax, enjoy that, get the raid in, and then jump right into TBC, the Burning Crusade. And now it's time to dive into TBC Raiding Room and what that really means and what that looks like. As the player base has changed through the years, there has been 4 versions of Classic. We had hashtag no changes in 2019. We had hashtag some changes in Season of Mastery, and not all the changes were very positive, and then TBC dropped at the same time. Then you had all the changes in Season of Discovery, and now you have hashtag quality of life changes and a little bit of tweaks. And then you have hashtag quality of life and slight changes Anniversary. And people are getting Classic fatigue. They're getting tired. They love vanilla, they love Classic, but this is essentially for some people the 5th time they're playing Classic or vanilla officially. That's not even counting private servers. So people are starting to get burnt out and they're looking forward to playing something that's not vanilla. Era is always going to be there. You can always jump into Era if you want to, and these Anniversary servers will either give you the cloning option to go to Era or just continue on to TBC Anniversary. And that's the reason why a lot of people aren't raiding. They're not PvPing. They're just enjoying the world, running dungeons, maybe the occasional MC, a bunch of ZGs. They're farming gold in the open world. They're just trying to have like a fun time to kill the time while they wait for the Burning Crusade. And with TBC Anniversary slated for this year, at least the pre-patch, it's looking pretty good. It's about 6 to 7 months away. We get to jump into TBC pre-patch and then we get to jump into TBC, and people are excited. In fact, a lot of people are spending Anniversary as their prep realm. Farming gold, farming consumes, farming resources, getting their jewel crafting kit ready, their blacksmithing kit ready, getting ready for their Blood Off Paladin or their Draenei Shaman, getting everything they need to give that new character a smooth time with flying and everything else. So people are getting ready for the future. So if that's up your alley, that's available to you as well. So if you are looking to start Classic Anniversary, there has never been a better time. There's going to be a lot of raid spots opening. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of desire. There's a lot of people playing, both raiding, both seriously, both sweaty, both casually, and both just enjoying the world. No matter how you want to play, there has never been a better time to play Classic than today. So jump into Anniversary, have a good time. People are excited and looking forward to the future, and I hope to see you in the world of Anniversary. So thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. If you hated it, understandable. Dislike and subscribe and become a dedicated hater. We don't half-ass shit on this channel. We hate with dedication. Also follow me on Twitch Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. EST to 4 p.m. EST. Rants like this daily. Thank you all. Ebonheart out. Peace.